are suing their former friend, Fabian Marulanda, for fraudulent checks they cashed on his behalf.
How do you know him?
I met him about 5 years ago, just through mutual friends, and he was my roommate for 6 months at the time.
And who are you?
His girlfriend.
This is your claim. He had some checks. He moved back to where you live, which is where?
Las Vegas.
And when he came back, he had some checks that he asked you to cash for him because he didn't have a bank account in
Yes.
Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And you did, in fact, cash those checks for him?
Yes.
And the checks bounced?
Yeah.
And you want him to reimburse you for
Absolutely.
that money, as well as the fees that your bank charged for the bounced checks?
Yes.
Mr. Marulanda says that you're suing the wrong person. You should sue the person who gave him the checks because he was due money from this person, right?
That's correct.
Okay, Mr. Marulanda. How much in total did you cash for him?
About $1,300.
And what did you do with the cash?
Gave it all to him. We didn't get any of it.
So far, is that correct?
Kinda. The $500 check, the biggest amount, I actually gave him some money for food. And
Well, it was your. They gave you the money. You made.
Yeah, they gave me the money for the
They
most
gave you
part.
the money. And what did you do with the money?
Well, in general, like, I had a really good gambling spree in Vegas, and I don't really gamble that often, but I was doing really well, and I told him, I was like, I'm doing really good gambling, and I was like, if I win, I was like, I'll split the profits half, 50-50, and they're for it. They said, okay, I'm completely okay with that, and I was like, let's do it.
Where did, I don't understand, you know, Mr. Marulanda, you don't want me to think that you think that I'm stupid, right? That would be the biggest mistake of your young life. Do you understand?
guess.
You have to make a choice of defenses. Either your defense is that the person who sent you these checks gave them to you, and that person who you'll tell me about is responsible for the checks bouncing.
Absolutely.
Thereby, you were both victims. That's one defense. The other defense is that you're kind of alluding to now, even though you can't keep a straight face, is that this was a business arrangement, and they cashed the checks for you, understanding that they may not be good checks, but they were going to go halfies with you on your gambling winnings. Do you understand?
Absolutely.
Which defense do you choose?
The first one, technically, is my friend's check, so...
I didn't cash him for his friends.
That's his defense. His defense has nothing to do with this gambling that he's going to share. His defense is that his friend gave him these checks for what, by the way?
For a car payment.
And what's your friend's name?
Miguel?
Miguel what? And where does Miguel live?
He technically lives in Boise, Idaho, but he's a truck driver, so he's all over the U.S.
Is he based in Boise,
Boise.
Idaho? Was that the name on the check?
Yes.
Mr. Marulanda, your defense is that you were duped because you sold somebody a car and this was a car payment, right?
That's correct.
Is that
Pay
what
me
you're
back.
telling me? Your problem, your car, you got the money from the checks. They got nothing from it. You fed your face. You gambled. You went out for dinner. You did whatever else you did with the money. You spent it.
I was going to give him half of it
Listen to
if I
me.
won.
I told you to pick a defense. You spent it, right?
That's correct.
Pay him back.
I don't...
Go back to Boise and sue Miguel if he didn't finish paying for the car. That's your problem. You don't visit your problem on strangers. Do you understand? He's a stranger to you. Did you think when you gave him the check that it might be a bad check?
No, not at all.
Good.
If I would've known, I would've never
Hey,
given
I'm
the check.
speaking. Neither did he. Neither did she. But they took money out of their account, gave it to you, cashed a check, and you filled your face with the money. Somebody's got to be out the money, and it's got to be the person who spent it. That would be you. They didn't spend it. Hey, do I look like I need help from you?
No.
Do you understand? Am I making sense to you?
Yeah. Well,
Judgment for the plaintiff for the amount of $1,340. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Not only is a compulsive gambler, he's a compulsive liar.
there's no reason why I should be a victim to this.
Come on, I give him money to pay his bills. I cash his checks for him, and then I get out of money. It doesn't work like that.
He knows an honest mistake, and I didn't mean to do it.
I've been his friend for a long time, and, you know, he kept promising me to pay me back.
It's not my checks, it's my friend's checks.
I didn't think they were going to bounce in the first place. He assured me time after time.
We were good friends,
Honestly, for how long I've known him, I didn't think he'd ever do anything like that to me.
Friends don't, go after each other like that.
The way he treated it, he didn't really care, so it's over.